Hello everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Chloe, and today is a super special video because we're going to be touring my very own island. I can't wait to show you all how it looks. The last time I updated it was way before the 2.0 update, and now it is all polished up, and I'm so happy with it, and I just can't wait to show you all how it looks. So if you're new here and not sure what my island is, it's called Lacuna, which means a blank slate, which is what I like to think my island started off as, and it's a Legend of Zelda themed island, but mainly inspired by the Silent Princess flower from Breath of the Wild, which is a blue and white lily-esque flower, and blue and white are my two favourite colours, as you can tell by my character's outfit, so I wanted to really embody that on my island. So yeah, I'm really proud of it, and I really want to show you all how it looks. So let's come out and come to the map. So we have me, Chloe, my main island resident, and then we have Michael, who is based on my partner. Then we have Hornsby, Flurry, June, Sky, Sasha, Chino, Dottie, Bam, Marshall, and Whitney. So lots of blue and white villagers, apart from June, but that's for a reason, I promise. But yeah, lots of cute villagers, and I streamed a lot of this island on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Chloe Rosie, so be sure to check that out. But yeah, let's get into it. So here is my little entrance. I got this island on March 20th, 2020, and I went with one of the first batch of islands that they gave us map-wise, and look how close this my airport is to the entrance. It really sucks, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I have my Silent Princess flag here, not designed by me, but yeah, this is just a nice area with loads of blue and white flowers. This really hasn't changed much over the past couple of years, but over here I've got a few presents for everyone. Some of them are Zelda themed, some of them are just nice and cute. So if you want some little islands, if you want some items to get yourself ready for your little adventure, then be sure to hop over there. So we're gonna start by going left, I believe. And yeah, so my main inspiration for this island was in Breath of the Wild. There's a lot of ruins, and it's all very natural and wild, so to speak, and I wanted to have an island that felt like post-game Breath of the Wild, where the ruins are starting to be re-inhabited, people are starting to live and thrive again, and yeah, people are starting to take back the land that got destroyed by the calamity. So it's very calm, very peaceful, and you're starting to get more signs around and everything like that. So first of all, we have my house here, which I'm really excited to show you all. It doesn't have a very specific Zelda theme, it's just a house that I personally would like to live in, which is actually what my island started out as. It didn't have a theme, it was very much, I just wanted it to look like a pretty island that I would want to live on. So lots of blue and white, super cozy, lots of books everywhere, lots of bookshelves, and lots of tea, lots of cups of tea. I am English after all. But yeah, this doesn't have much of a theme, but my Twitch viewers did say that this would feel like a summer home that Zelda would go into, which I really like. And then in here we just have a super cozy, cute bathroom. Nothing too special, but I really like the idea of having the clawfoot bathtub just on its own, because, you know, I love that aesthetic and I really want it. And then in my back room we have my bedroom, which really hasn't changed much since I first got the game, which is probably quite bad, but you know, I've added the 2.0 items, and I have lots of silent princesses dotted around, and I just wanted quite a cozy cottage. I know cottagecore is very big in the Animal Crossing aesthetic, but you know, I can jump on that bandwagon too. And then in here we have probably my most recently updated room. This is my kitchen, which I needed to use like the partition walls and everything just to, you know, get the aesthetic going, because the hydrangea flowers or hydrangea bushes are my favorite. I love them so much in real life and in Animal Crossing. And the kitchen always gave me real trouble because I never knew how to decorate it, but you know what, I'm really happy with it. And my favorite part has to be the cookie jar, because if I don't have a cookie jar like this in my house in real life, then something's wrong. And then up here is a super modern room for a Legend of Zelda themed island, but I just wanted a nice hangout area, and my lovely friend and moderator Sophie, whose island I recently toured, gifted me this gaming set since I am a pro gamer, quote unquote. So I really wanted to incorporate that into the room. So, and because we're on an island, I thought it'd be nice if my little villager could sit here sometimes and just look out onto the sea, and just hang out with friends, you know? And then in this corner, I was very much inspired by people who had basements covered in clutter and loads of little random bits and bobs. So I have like my Christmas stuff here and some old paint pots and old records and stuff. I really wanted to incorporate that because I love, is it messy core, clutter core? I don't know, I like maximalist stuff sometimes. And then finally downstairs we have a room that hasn't changed much since I first made it. It's partly a laundry room and partly another hangout space. I made this quite early on when I started my file, because I just wanted a place for my friends to come round, because I don't know about you all, but in New Leaf I had some online friends, but I didn't really play online too much. And when I got New Horizons, I was starting to find loads of online friends in Discord and Twitch, and it was just really nice. So I just wanted lots of little spaces for us to go and hang out, you know? But I do want to show you all my beaches. They're not completely decorated, but I do have some areas. So here we have a little campsite area, which I popped some horses here because I believe, well no, I know because I am an absolute Zelda nerd, that in the memories, Link's horse is brown and Zelda's horse is white. So I just thought this will be a little spot for them to sit by, and of course there are going to be weeds and things everywhere, and like I mentioned before, there is still going to be lots of ruins around, so it's not all going to be very modern, it's still going to be very medieval. But one of my favourite things to make was this here, because if I go into first person mode, I made a little goddess shrine here. All of my designs will be linked in my info card. I know this goddess statue design was made by acnh.hylia on Instagram, and I knew I just had to make some sort of adorable, overgrown kind of set of ruins here, just because I love it. I love it so much. I had to do something with this design. So yeah, we'll come up here and I will just point out that there's a little Korok back here. I've dotted a couple of Koroks around, very much inspired by Misha Crossing's Island of Korok. I really like having the little gyroids be my little Koroks, so I have lots of puzzles dotted around, so let me know which ones you find. And then in here we have our Nooks, Granny and Able Sisters, which I just made into a kind of market space. It's nothing too developed, I suppose, but I really wanted somewhere to put these designs out that other people have made, and just have a nice spot where I can really just go practically. This island turned out very practical for me. I just wanted everything in one area, so I didn't have to run across my island to go between Nooks and Able Sisters, but I don't know if that's me being boring or practical, but either way it works. And then over here we have some little wild horses over here. And down here, I actually made this area on stream maybe about a month ago. It's very much inspired by Skyward Sword, actually, which is one of my favorite Zelda games. It is a training area because one of the islands in Skyward Sword is Bamboo Island, where you can practice cutting bamboo, and the higher your score is, the better your prize is and stuff. And I just wanted to make a little bamboo area down here because I always try to incorporate bamboo into my island, but I didn't know how to do it. So I made that area and then expanded it onto the beach. So I like to think a little traveller has come along and decided that they want to test their training skills with their little fake bokoblins as the little scarecrows, and with all their archery targets and stuff. I just wanted to make something cute, you know? And then up here, we're gonna get more into the Breath of the Wild content. So this here is inspired very much by the Sacred Grounds ruins in Breath of the Wild. It's where you can get the first memory from, which I love. And it's right in front of Castletown, which we'll get to in a moment. So I just made a little campsite over here for any particular adventurers who wanted to take a break. And I think on this side, yeah, it's just a couple more ruins. I just wanted to make it feel very overgrown because this island started out very structured with like the in-game paths and stuff, and then I decided, you know what, I want to make a more natural island. And then through here is my castle town, so it's very different to how it looks in Breath of the Wild, but I like to think that this is what Castletown would look like if it started to be rebuilt, and if the different tribes and the different races came to sell their wares. So you have the Sheikah over here selling their history tomes, you've got the Gerudos selling their clothes, there's a little band at the back like in Twilight Princess, we need a pottery area of course for Link to Break, and the dye shop from Hateno Village, or Hateno. I've never known how to say that town's name, but I say Hateno. And then over here I've got a little nod to Wind Waker, because the Rito have brought back their little delivery area. So they've got the little platform here to fly from, and they can go and deliver everyone's mail, which I was really happy when I found those designs on Instagram. And then through here, we have some more ruins, but also we have a Great Fairy Fountain, because I love the Great Fairy Fountains in this game. In Breath of the Wild, but I really wish that there was a beachside one, or just one on the beach. I know there's ones in Kakariko, Winnacala and stuff, but I really wanted a seaside one, so I decided to make it myself. And then the pink hyacinths actually turned out to be really nice replicas of the, is it warm Saflina? Some of the plants that are around on the beach and in the desert. So I just chucked a few of those down to save the blue and white theme from going a little too overboard. And then up here we have our museum area, which I guess is very similar to where Hyrule Castle would be in Breath of the Wild, but I wanted to make this area a little bit inspired by the gardens in Ocarina of Time, the ones that you sneak through to go see Princess Zelda. They're not any sort of replica or anything like that, but I just wanted a nice area, you know? And then we have Zelda's study over here. I didn't want to make exact, like I say, I didn't want to make exact replicas of, you know, Hyrule Castle or anything like that. I wanted to put my own spin on it, so I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially with blue and white everywhere. That makes me very happy. And I guess this isn't going to be much of a secret anymore, but there is a little secret back here, because if you come and see this little Korok up here, you'll notice there's some malice back here, and it actually leads to a secret tunnel. The tunnel, as Gollum would say. through here we have Princess Zelda's room, which is a secret room that you can't actually walk around in because, hi, hello, I'm over here. But I just wanted this to be a very scenic room, so you can see the malice here. It is very dark in here, but I just wanted to add to the atmosphere. So you have Zelda's diary over there, loads of cobwebs, paintings, and of course you totally have a dead body here, but you know what, it's fine. We don't have to think about that. We don't have to think about who that is. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I did a speed build of this on my channel as well, so be sure to check that out. Okie dokie, so now we've gone through that very creepy place, which I forgot to explain actually. I added this area because my friend Sophie said that there was an island that someone had created that was like inverted, so half of the island was white and I think half the island was black, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So I'd love to have like a very serene, beautiful island, but then if you go sort of underground and into the depths, there's still the malice there, which is very creepy, and is very good because I'm still screaming and losing my mind over the Tears of the Kingdom trailer that came out like 2 days ago. I am losing my mind. But we'll get onto that another time. Here is my own inspiration, or my own interpretation of Tarrytown, which is the village that you build in Breath of the Wild. So again, lots of blue and white houses, and all the villagers here have their own area. So for example, Sky's house over here is where the Gorons sell all their golden ore, and down here is Dottie, who would be Ronson the Gerudo, who sells her all her clothes and armor. And there is one villager actually home, so I would like to show you the interiors because they are all furnished, which I'm very happy with. So in here we have Whitney, and she is cooking, which I wasn't expecting, but very clearly not blue and white, but this is how I would interpret a Tarrytown interior. And because this is where the Rito would be staying, I wanted to have the antique radio here for them to say like, oh well, this is the wind speed today, or this is the wind direction, so if you want to go and deliver your letters, this is how it's gonna go. So yeah, very simple interiors, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. It feels very, very cottagecore, and outside my comfort zone as well, because it isn't blue and white. Sorry, Whitney! Sorry! Oops, I guess I should have talked to her, but it's fine. And then down here we have our secret beach, which isn't very decorated, but I think it's quite cute. And then is there anyone else? No. Oh, whoops, there's a weed. Oh well. It adds to the aesthetic. Yeah, so as we come down here, we have some stables over here. Because, you know, if you want to spend some time in Tarrytown, you're going to want to put your horse away, give them some time to rest and eat, and, you know, before you carry on with your adventure. And then over here we have a traveling merchant who is selling some potions. So we do love a good red potion in this community because they've got me through a lot of tough times in Zelda games. And then through here we have probably my favorite area, which is inspired by Urch Plains, which probably doesn't sound familiar to a lot of people, but it is to do with a memory that you can get in Breath of the Wild, and it has to do with frogs, which may be a little, I can't think of the word. That may jog your memory, I suppose. But yes, I have my rock circle, which took me so long, but I'm very happy with it. And then through here we have an area that has gone through so many iterations and so many different versions and placements, and my god, it's gone through a lot. But this is my Spring of Power from Breath of the Wild, or Skyview Spring, if you've played Skyward Sword. So we've got our goddess statue here. This is where Zelda will go to pray and beg for her powers. And I'm really proud of this area. A lot of these builds are up on my channel, so you can definitely check those out. But I just thought this was just so serene, and I love having the moon in the background as well, like in the memory, with a couple of fairies in the background too. I'm really happy with this area. I could just sit in this area. Wow, take a sip every time I say area. But I could stay in this spring for so long and just sit. I really like the atmosphere that I managed to make. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. And then down here we have another little campsite area with a little toot toot of the ocarina. Toot toot toot. And then over here we have a little entrance to another area which is very beloved by me. But firstly we have the Lover's Pond with they're not quite blue nightshades, but the Jacob's Ladders were the closest things I could get to them. I love this side quest so much, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with this area, so I thought, you know what, let's make the Lover's Pond, why not? Because that then leads into our Hateno village area. Again, this area has gone through a lot of redecoration, terraforming, all that jazz, but I'm super happy with how it turned out. I love the farming area so much. And it does have a couple of nods, so like over here you have the horn statue, up there you have the cave where you can get the ancient flame from to help Pura. Of course we have lots of chickies. And then through here we have my partner Michael's house, which I just love so much. So my boyfriend Michael absolutely loves Lord of the Rings. He's currently in New Zealand, which is amazing. And I wanted to make a home very much inspired by Hateno, but also a place where, you know, a hobbit wouldn't mind living. So he's got a little seating area over here to eat all the grub, all the 11 seas and second breakfasts, and all the suppers. And yeah, just a really small kitchen area. And yeah, there's only 2 rooms in here, one of them being the Hyrule Castle one, wink wink. But up here we have a nice little bedroom. So I love this so much. We have lots of yellow lilies because those are what people of Hateno Village love. We have our little fireplace over here to keep warm on those long autumnal nights that are coming. Me and Michael like to write letters to each other a lot. If my villager will sit down. So I wanted to make a little area where we could write letters to each other. And you know what? I would love to go in this yuzu bathtub. It is such a gorgeous item, and it just makes me think of the capybaras. You know, they're just so cute, living their best lives. And out we come. So back here, well, around the apple orchard here, you can sneak back into this little area, and I really wanted to, I'm very sappy, but I really wanted to make a little date spot for me and Michael. So this is our little date spot. We do love cake, so we will eat lots of it. Back there on the rock, if I properly zoom in, you can see the little M+C, which my lovely friend Andrew made for me. It's just so adorable. And of course it has little trifles on it. That makes me very happy. And over here, this area hasn't changed too much since the my last Dream Island update, but I just wanted to make a little washing area because the this spring design just goes so nicely against the rocks, and who wouldn't want to hang their washing out by the sea and just live their comfy, cozy best lives, you know? Or at least I would. And then we'll come back through here and we'll enter the, I guess, the foresty area, where over here we have Sash's home, who is our resident Bloopy. We have lots of little Bloopy designs around here, and inside we have a Bloopy glen. It's just a meadow full of like all the mossy items, and I'm so happy with it. It was one of the first homes that I decorated on this island after the DLC came out, and I'm super proud with it. That is also up on YouTube. And then we have our little Korok puzzle over here. Hello, little Korok friend. Hello. I never know what to do with my peninsulas. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, because I don't really have a lot of room on this peninsula to do lots of different things. So, you know what? I'm really happy with it. And then as we come through here, we have some more ruins over here with the goddess statue. Very Gerudo-y with the sandstone ruins, but I just really like the color of it. And then over here we have Bam, our resident jock, who has his own training dojo out in the forest. Of course, has to practice his archery and his sword skills for whenever the calamity next returns. And then down here, past the little Korok with his little maracas, is my interpretation of Lurline Village with Sahara, apparently. Hello! I wasn't ever planning on making Lurline Village on my island because it's not very blue and white. But you know what? I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is where June and Shino live. There we go. And Shino has her own bed and breakfast, and June has her own little Lurline cottage. And over here, I feel like it's very appropriate for Cap'n to be here, you know? Because I can imagine him singing his sea shanties. I have to say that slowly in case I swear. And now I think about it, this is kind of like where the old guy stands, where it's like you can use your magnesis to get some treasure out of the ocean. But that might just be me, you know? And yeah, now we're coming back over to the main part of our island. So I got my little lookout spot here where you can toot your ocarina. There are so many little ocarinas around here, but Nintendo didn't want us to customize them blue, which is very frustrating, but you know what, it's fine. We'll let them off. And down here is my last properly decorated island. Island? Of course my island's decorated. My last decorated beach, which has its own shrine. So near Lurline Village, I think it is, on one of the beaches, there's a lady who is hugging the little ball that you put on this pedestal to activate the shrine, because she's in love with it. And which is this little thing here. And your side quest is to go and take pictures of various guardians. So she has a little scrapbook here to take mementos of those pictures. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's really sweet, and I like a little nod to Zelda, you know. And there we are. That is my wonderful island of Lacuna, and I'm happy and proud to say that it is a wonderful island, because I've had this for 2 years now, and I have gone through so much burnout and lack of inspiration with this island. But after all this time, I've never lost faith in making this island the best that I can possibly make it. Like I said earlier with the Tears of the Kingdom trailer, which I'm absolutely over the moon with that trailer coming out, it has really inspired me to maybe change some areas up, maybe make some sky islands or something like that. But for now, this dream address is going to stay as it is in all its wonderful glory. And you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm ready to move on to new horizons, so to speak. So if you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and let me know what your favourite part of the island was, because my little ASMR tour of this island is my most popular video, which thank you all for the 2,000 views on that, by the way, that's incredible. And it looks a lot different now than that video, so let me know what you think of all the changes that I've made. And do also think about giving me a sub as well, because if you want to see more videos like this, then you're going to want to sub, you know? And if you want to see more videos, well, not videos, if you want to see more of these mumblings and all of this jazz live, I do stream live on twitch.tv/Chloe Rosie. All of the links will be in the description box below as usual. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I can't thank everyone enough for all the love and support you've given me as I've gone through this island and through Twitch and YouTube and everything like that. This is just one big thank you video. But yes, I love you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Go spread some love, put some good into the world, and yes, stay rosy, friends. Goodbye, friends.